This alien planned to kill the old man in front of him. This was a promise they had made when they were young, but at that very moment, the professor refused. He said being strangled was just too painful. He asked if there was a way to die without pain. When he wasn't paying attention, Swarberg said to his friend with complete sincerity, "Leave this to me.
See you tomorrow."
Not surprising enough.
First, he chose midnight as the time. He fired several shots at the professor's shadow, but it turned out Bender was just playing shadow games. Then he decided to make his move while the professor was sleeping. At this point, the professor chose to play dead. He would only wake up again after Swarberg left. Perhaps the professor really was quite resilient. When the professor was playing with a remote control airplane, Swarberg quietly approached. He prepared to push him off the railing. However, their company colleagues happened to witness this scene. They quickly saved the professor. They locked Swarberg in the medical room. But for someone with sharp claws like his, this was nothing at all. When he was examining his clothes, he accidentally discovered a white hair on the collar. However, the professor had been bald for a long time. Swarberg put it under a microscope for examination. He finally uncovered the truth about the ultimate malaria. At this point, the professor, who had failed to die, was extremely furious. He told everyone the reason behind everything. But when the crowd learned the truth, they all rushed to the medical room and broke open the cabinet. They only found a big hole in the floor. It looked like Swarberg had already escaped. To fulfill the professor's wish to die, everyone immediately sprang into action. They built a killing machine. Each person picked up a bottle of poison. Then they stood in their respective positions. They started the machine and made the axis spin. Then everyone dripped poison onto it. The machine operated slowly. Throughout this entire process, the reason they did this was to share the guilt of killing the professor. This way, even if the professor died, no one would know who the real killer was. They even specially prepared fireworks, so when the professor died, they could use the opportunity to say goodbye to him. Just then, Swarberg suddenly appeared. He was holding a mysterious box in his arms. At this moment, the professor on the hospital bed began to swell up. Swarberg took out a snow ape's head. He extracted the brain glands that concentrated the toxins. At this point, the professor completely transformed into a snow ape.